This week we're going to kick things off with a model of one of the most ridiculous Porsche resto mods, the Singer DLS. And this is a complete reworking of a 1989 Porsche 964. And if you were to buy the real car, it would cost you $1.8 million for a Porsche, which is absolutely insane. Fortunately, from HKM, which is a Chinese diecast brand, we have a small scale model. And so we'll get to check this out because I certainly won't be buying one of the real cars. uh, but this Singer Porsche, it seems that this company is maybe licensing their brand fairly widely because there seems to be a number of Singer Porsches coming out from different brands. I don't know if this particular one is licensed. It very well may be, but it's I'm gonna blank on the other brands that have announced that they have Singer Porsches coming, but there's at least two more that I've seen from at least from one of the bigger Hong Kong brands. So this thing, so HKM is a brand that I am completely unfamiliar with. I have no knowledge of the brand at all. So this is our first exploration. I have not looked at this up close off camera. So this is a metal body. It does have appears to be a metal base. It has rubber tires. The wheels kind of turn. There's a lot of friction in there, so I doubt that this is going to roll. It does have pretty good detail in the lensed headlights and the turn indicators on the front. And this looks like it's got a pretty good amount of detail on the interior as well, including a roll cage. So the Singer Porsche is a heavy reworking of the car. Obviously, I mean, when you take one of these and bump up the price to $1.8 million, you're doing an awful lot of work to it. So they increase it to, I think, 500 horsepower, which for a car of this size and weight is quite a bit. But let's see, does this one roll? It does not. It slides. So that's too bad. It seems like it's pretty close to being able to roll. This is screwed together, so you might be able to maybe loosen these screws a little bit, and maybe it would roll, but it doesn't. Let's try to zoom in on this interior, see if we can see anything in there. It's always so tough to see inside these things. Yeah, we're not going to get a good view in there. But yeah, overall, this is a pretty nice model. I'm definitely looking forward to see the ones released by other brands. This one would be helped if it did roll, but otherwise, it looks pretty cool. It is an awesome car, but 1.8 million for the real car. Wow, that's pretty steep. So I will not be buying one. I assure you of that. All right, so another brand. This is Time Micro. This you can barely see this in here, and it doesn't say anywhere on this box what this is. If I remember right, this is a BMW M4, but we will crack this open and see as I drop something on the floor. So I don't think I have any other Time Micros. I think this is the first one as well. So HKM and Time Micro. So right off the bat, we have two new brands. And yep, so this is a BMW M4. And this is Time Micro Dream. So this is another interesting Chinese maker of diecast. And they have this dream collection. I don't know. There must be a dream. What if it comes true? Well, I guess you get a die-cast car. Well, off the bat, does this roll? Kind of. It's got a little hitch in its giddy up there. It technically rolls. Not great, though. But let's see. All right, so this is one of the new M4s with the highly controversial grille on there. This is very gloss black. Carbon fiber roof pattern, that's pretty cool. No reflective surfaces on the mirrors. Looks like there's actually a little bit of flashing on this one. That can probably be cleaned up. The taillights look pretty nice. And again, this is a metal body, metal base. Again, and this is interesting because this has been a trend of late, I think, with a lot of these Chinese die-cast brands. I'm seeing a lot more metal body, metal base releases, which is kind of interesting to me. So this is a pretty cool looking model. Got some nice detail in the dash. It looks like it's mostly molded in, but there is quite a bit in there. But yeah, this is nice. Got a carbon fiber wing. And the taillights look good. Carbon fiber pattern along here as well. So this is actually a pretty cool, pretty nice model. No brake discs though in the wheels, and it does seem like this should roll, but it's got, well, it, like I said, it does roll technically, but it's not going to go down a track. Not that you would want to send that down a track, but all right. Moving on. Next from Mini GT, Acura Nsx Gt3 Evo number 44 from the 2021 24 Hours of Daytona. This is a casting from Mini GT that I have been collecting every version of it. This one didn't really excite me all that much. It seems like a fairly boring release because it's kind of just white, although it's actually white and gray. That's kind of cool. The big M here on the front. I like the yellow headlights on this one. I don't remember any of the others having that. That's pretty cool. So this is the GT3 Evo. So Mini GT does actually have two different versions of the Acura Nsx GT3. There's the original one and then the Evo version. So they are different. So there are, amongst their releases, there are variations beyond just the liveries, which is cool. So absolutely nothing on the bottom of this one. And you have slick tires, rolling. Of course, it's a little bumpy, but it does roll fine. I have been hearing more about Mini GTs having issues with rolling, which is unfortunate. I haven't experienced that yet, but you never know. Yeah, love this car. Let's go. Cool. Not the coolest version of it. They have put out some fantastic liveries on these in the past, and that one's a little on the boring side, but still, it's a nice addition to the GT3 collection. So another new JKM release. This is the Lancer EX 2000 with this artwork just kills me. It's so cartoonish. Otherwise, I love this packaging. I like the way they do the silhouettes around the box, and I like the way that it just slides in and the car is nestled in here. It's very nice. So, Jackie Kim is in the same category as Mini GT as far as its features go. You know, it's a very, you know, you have to order it from China if you want to get it, and but it is, you know, otherwise it's a metal body, metal base, rubber tires. They do actually do more detail on the base, which is kind of interesting. You get you know, or lensed headlights and lens tail lights, and they will roll. This one actually rolls pretty nice. So this is a car I know absolutely nothing about. I got this just because I want to have. I've been collecting one of each, at least one of each casting that they've put out, and I believe I do have one of each, at least one of each so far. This one, the mirrors are not the best. They usually do bendy mirrors like Mini GT does, but this one they didn't do that. I don't know. This one's okay. It's not their best release. Obviously, the Bugattis that they put out, those are by far their best releases. And the more recent stuff has been a little bit less interesting. Although their Hummer, like this H2, this is really nice. This is definitely the best H2 that I have seen in diecast form. I mean, there may be some super premium versions out there that I just don't have, but as far as this goes, this is very nice, and of course it does roll as well. All the JKM releases do, at least that I've seen so far. It's a cool brand. I'm a fan, even if it's putting out some cars that are just unfamiliar to me, I guess. All right, Auto World, a brand that I am very familiar with. So this is from 2021 premium release 4, the Chevy 63 Chevy Nova 400 wagon in silver blue poly, one of 15,126. And this one looks really cool. I love this casting. It is definitely a favorite of mine. And this one with the blacked out wheels with the chrome dog dishes in the middle is pretty cool looking. So they had put this one out in a pretty similar color. I actually thought it was the same color, but obviously putting them side by side, it is not. This is definitely more blue. So that's cool. I thought they were the same. I'm very glad to see that they are not, though. And yeah, both of these are awesome. This one's really beautiful. I love the white wall tires on it, but then on this one I also love the blacked out look of the wheels. And this blue color is really nice. It's actually a lot nicer than I was expecting. Nice metallic blue. Yeah, beautiful. Very cool. And then of course this has an opening hood, so we can see the engine in there. And yeah, I guess there's no other difference, because these may be different years, right? I don't remember. 63. They're probably both 63s. And they're not going to say on the bottom. But yeah, it's a cool release. I like it a lot, and I'm very happy to see it's not the same color. I thought for sure it was the same color. You never know. That's why we take them out of the package and look at them up close. All right, next from Racing Champions, we have the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat 2021 NHRA funny car. One of 6,270. So these are pretty cool. In the same case that this one came in, there was also this Peak Blue Def Camaro funny car. And Racing Champions is for me is a very hit or miss brand, but these funny cars that they do are actually really quite nice. And this one is fantastic. Yeah, Love all the sponsorship logos on there. And of course we can pop it open and see the engine. So these, yeah, they do have rubber tires and they roll. It's very nice. Yeah, these are cool. They do a really good job on these. Nice Goodyear logos on the tires, clean, applied correctly. Even on the front, there's, yeah, even on the front, it's, look at that. I mean, Racing Champions, it's a little lacking in detail, but at least they got it in the right spot. You know, Racing Champions hasn't always had the best quality control, but these are really nice. They do a really good job on them. I'm very happy with that one. And speaking of quality control, let's see, how do we get on with this one? So from Greenlight, Hot Pursuit series, this is from Series 40, the 1989 Chevrolet Caprice in San Diego County Volunteer Sheriff. This one looks really cool in this nice green color, green and white. Volunteer on the light bar. That's kind of cool. And look at that. Right away, we get smudged windows. Oh, look at those windows. They're so terrible. Paint's not great. Well, no, it's just dirt. Okay, that's good. All right, let's not focus. Let's not zoom in on the windows because that's just going to make me depressed. But yeah, this is a cool looking release. Even the taillights, a lot of the taillights on these Caprices don't look all that great to me, but on this one they don't look bad at all. And I like the green wheels. That's pretty neat. Yeah, this is a cool release. I actually like this a lot better than I was expecting to. It's very cool. Disappointed about the windows, but you know, oh God. It rolls, I guess. All right. It's going to go on the shelf. I'm not really going to roll it around that much. But I like it. But if you watched my recent Beyond Hot Wheels episode on Greenlight, I had to discuss the quality issues that they have. It's a fantastic brand. I absolutely love Greenlight. They just do so many fantastic models, but man, their quality control is just terrible. Anyway, I'm complaining about Greenlight and not even talking about this awesome Aussie Road Ragers. So this came to me as a gift from Chris at CRA Diecast, and the next couple we're going to look at came from Chris. So Aussie Road Ragers is a fantastic Australian brand of diecast, premium diecast. This one is a 1969 XW Surferoo Ute in Surfer Orange. Only 1,000 pieces made. That's interesting. I didn't realize these were so limited. And these are just cool stuff. Chris has sent me, I think, 5 of these now, and they've all been fantastic. And this one is no exception. So we're going to take it off the base, as always. And take a look at it. Keep track of the screw. All right. Such a unusual car. There's a sticker or something on there. Interesting. That's not good. That left residue on there. That's disappointing. I'm sure that'll clean off, but this does have an opening hood. So I can see the engine down in there. That's pretty cool. I don't think this brand does any kind of lensed lights or anything. I think those are just painted, because this almost looks like it's lensed, but I think it's just a shiny paint over the chrome and on the chrome front end. But it's but it still looks good, and definitely painted details on the back. Not definitely not the most beautiful car in the world. It is, you know, I don't know. It is not a looker, that is for sure. But it's awesome. I love these things. I love Australian cars, and I'm so happy that Chris has sent me these. So these are, you know, metal body, metal base, rubber tires. They do roll, little bumpy, but it's not too bad. And of course the opening hood with some sticky stuff on there, which is unfortunate. But yeah, awesome. That is it's not pretty, but it's still cool. And then from Majorette, this Porsche 935 in gloss black. I had never seen this release, so I'm very happy to have this. It's another gift from Chris. And this one looks really good. Of course, it has opening doors. And this is a premium release from Majorette. So it will have plastic wheels and plastic tires. One-piece wheels. Painted details on the back. And it does have lensed headlights, maybe part of the window piece on these. These will have suspension. Not a lot of suspension on this one, but then they of course roll. I mean, wow, this one really rolls. Oops. Really rolls well. Yeah, this one looks really good. Nice gloss black. And let's see. Nice steering wheel in there. Yeah, this is cool. I'm very glad to have this one added to my Majorette Porsche collection. Very nice. Not in scale. Yes, definitely not to scale. What is the scale on this? 1/57th scale. Yeah, let's put that somewhere else, because that really highlights just how out of scale that is. All right, then here's something that was a complete surprise to me. So I picked this up earlier today. So this is a Schuco, and it is a Ferrari 458 Italia in a very beat up box. But I had no idea that Schuco made Ferraris. So that is very cool and very interesting. And man, this thing is dirty. Apparently they have had this thing sitting around for a long time. Just waiting for somebody who likes you know, unusual things to come along and pick it up. And that would be me. So like the Schuco Lamborghini casting, it looks like this has asymmetric wheels, like a Hot Wheels. So the rear wheel is bigger than the front wheel, which that's a little bit unfortunate. Their Lamborghini Huracan casting has the same problem. But yeah, this is, other than that, it's actually really nice. That engine, that's very cool. The windows are definitely dirty. I think they're just dusty. See if we can kind of, this thing is really dirty. I wonder how long that's been sitting in the store. But yeah, so it looks like lensed, or you know, inserted tail lights here. Got a little Ferrari badge on there. And it is a Schuco 1/64 scale. Actually, not bad looking headlights. Ferrari badge on the front. Yeah, so other than this wheel being a little bit oversized, this isn't bad at all. Has cast-in mirrors that don't look super great, but I don't know. This is cool. I wonder what other Ferrari versions that they have put out. It's yeah, very cool. Very glad to have this, and it rolls. No suspension or anything, of course. It's almost like that opens. It's very loose. I don't think it does. But yeah, that is awesome. So I do kind of wonder, is this really 1/64 scale? I mean, I suppose it could be, assuming that that is 1/64 scale. The Acura, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm reasonably comfortable that Mini GT is 1/64 scale, so I guess it is. So the Porsche is just a lot smaller. It's probably a smaller car than I realized. All right, moving on. Next, from Pop Race, which is a brand that I'm gaining more and more affinity for, we have a Volvo 850 T5R in a racing livery. So Pop Race is another Hong Kong-based brand. And last week we had looked at the Toyota Celica, and I had the rally version of this, and picked up this street version, which is actually pretty nice as well. So now we have the racing version of this Volvo, which we're going to get out of the package and take a closer look at. And there are street versions of this as well. I had considered picking up both and ended up just getting the racing version to start with because I wanted to get a better idea of the quality of these before going too far with them. So we will check this out and see what it is like. And, well, the first question is, does it roll? It does. Look at that. All right. So, yeah, so this is a racing version. It does have a, if we can get a look in this interior, it's going to be tough. It does have a racing interior. There is a roll cage in there. And it is right-hand drive. Man, I wish we could... we can't really see in there. But the livery looks pretty good. I mean, this looks... They did a great job on these taillights. And a great job on the headlights as well. This is really nice. So I have almost the same car from Tarmac Works. So they're obviously very similar. This is not reproducing the exact same livery, but it is very close. And I had found the Tarmac Works release somewhat disappointing. For one thing, the wheels are completely jammed up in there because they went for the very low racing stance, and this does definitely sit higher. But then they also had like decals, or it seems like decals on the window. You can see how on the Tarmac Works it's pretty rough looking, whereas over here it's very crisp and clean. So this actually looks better in a lot of ways. But they're both metal body, plastic base. You get the Dunlop on the tires. This doesn't have that. This does have rubber tires, I believe. Yeah, those are rubber. Definitely not as much. Well, actually, the Tarmac, I was going to say not as much detail on the wheels, but actually the Tarmac is not significantly better. You would expect like calipers or something on the Tarmac Works, and it doesn't have it. I think this is a better release overall. It doesn't have the antenna, doesn't have the Dunlop on the sidewalls, but it it all the graphics and everything are crisper. It rolls, and overall, I like this. This tarmac to me was disappointing, especially given the price. I don't remember how much this one cost, and I had to have it shipped to me, so that's going to inflate the price on it more. Of course, I had to have this shipped to me too, but these are $25, $30, somewhere around that range. I think these are less. I think these are maybe $20, and other than the fact it sits probably a little bit high, I think this may actually be a better release. Overall, I think I'll definitely be getting a street version of that. That will be a nice addition. Okay, Greenlight Hot Pursuit Series 40, the 2017 Ram 1500 from the Milford Police Department in Milford, Michigan. This thing is a monster, and get this out of the package. And check this out. It's got this cool, I don't know what you would call that, push bar thing on the front. Nice gloss black. The windows are actually pretty clear on this one. There's a bed cover. And painted details on the back. It does have inserts for the headlights, which are not perfect. This one is definitely inserted in there kind of crooked, but it is what it is. Metal base. Of course it's going to roll. See how well. It's not too bad. Not too bad. This is cool. I think this is the first example of this casting that I've picked up. And yeah, it's a nice example of a very, very big pickup truck. Cool. Next, from Para64, we have the Roof CTR2 in silver. So we had seen this one previously in yellow, which is a very nice release. And then of course this is the CTR2, so Para64 has put out the CTR1, and then Mini GT is coming out with the CTR. Oh, I'm gonna space on what the name of it is. Evolution or something along those lines. That may not be right, but which is the modern CTR, which is, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. That'll be a great complement to these CTRs from Para64. So this one is, I think it'll roll. Yeah, it rolls. But these are cool. The natural color for this is definitely yellow. Silver's nice, but I like the yellow one better. There's no doubt. Yeah, I like that a lot better. The original CTR, I think that one looks really good in both yellow and in black. And I'm sure there will be a black version of the CTR2 coming. I think the next pair that they're putting out is I think dark green and red, or is that may be the next pair of the CTR1 that they're going to put out. But yeah, this is cool. It's a very nice release. So this is Para64, so it's metal body, plastic base, rubber tires. The one big criticism of Para64 is that they do not do tread on the tires on most of their releases. I'm hoping that's something that they fix. They have done tread on some, like they have a Toyota Land Cruiser, and that one does have tread on the tires. So hopefully they will correct that more broadly, because it is the one criticism. And like the tire, then the wheel kind of sticks out from the edge of the tires a little bit more than it really should as well. If they would fix those two minor issues, they would be quite a bit, or there would be no complaints about them. So because so Para64 is roughly a $15 model, and they do a fantastic job at that price point. So they are competing with Mini GT and Tarmac Works Global 64, and so they just need to fix that one minor issue, and there would really be nothing to complain about with their releases. I'm already a fan of the brand. I definitely don't mean to complain in any real sense. Greenlight Challenger, 1970 Dodge Challenger in red with white top. This is a hobby exclusive release. You can look at the back here. There's some information about the vehicle and how it was equipped originally. I've become quite a fan of these older Challengers. And this looks to be a pretty cool release, assuming we can not have any quality issues with it. I do think that Greenlight tends to have better quality on their hobby exclusive releases than they do on their regular releases. I have had fewer issues. I have still had issues with hobby exclusives, but they have been less. So this was pretty nice. This is a beautiful release. Like the red with the stripe along the side with the white top looks fantastic. White interior, or I guess it's really kind of a light gray interior more than it is white. And it looks like maybe are these painted taillights, but they look really good. It's fantastic. Base, tires. They got the white walls are reasonably round, not perfect. Looks like maybe that axle's going to be bent. But yeah, this is a cool one. I like this one a lot. And it rolls fairly well. Yeah. Nothing to complain about with this one. The quality on this one is good. So holding to my hypothesis that the hobby exclusive releases get a better quality control process. But we'll see. All right, so Majorette. This is another gift from Chris at CRA Diecast. The Lamborghini Countach Lp 400. So this is a very cool one. I'm very happy to have this one. This is a beautiful color. Yeah, so this is a premium Majorette release. It does so metal body, plastic base, plastic tires or wheels and tires, and suspension, and then of course it had the opening scissor doors, which that's as far as it goes. So they don't open any further than that, and they close reasonably well. They close better than the doors that I've seen on the Tomica limited version of this car, which is, a release that is 10 times the price. And I was looking forward to getting one, but after seeing the reviews from other people, I decided to pass on it, because the doors, they end up sitting like this, basically, and not aligning at all. They just look terrible. It's really unfortunate and very, very unusual for Tomica to do that. But, this is a Majorette. This is a much lower end model. So it's going to roll. It does have some suspension, not a lot. But yeah, this is cool. It's a very nice red color, though. I really like that. And then this is going to be large. What scale is this one? According to 156th scale. 156, really? Is it really that big? I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Yeah, it's not 1/64th, that's for sure. Next from Inno64, and it has been, I think, a few weeks since I've actually had a new Inno64. I have had this one sitting around for a while. It just hasn't made it into a video until now. But this is the Nissan Skyline GTR R32 from the Macau I don't know how to say that. I'm going to say Gia race, 1992. So a touring car race. And we'll get this off the base. I, of course, am a big fan of Inno64. They are probably my favorite of the common super premium diecast brands. And I think they do an excellent job most of the time. Actually, almost all of the time. My only criticism of them is that they don't usually, or a lot of them don't roll. And this is going to be one that doesn't roll. But it's still a beautiful model. It's a cool car. The headlights look fantastic. The antenna here on the roof is always a nice little touch that they do. Wheels look great. Inno does a fantastic job on their wheels, even though there are no brake discs in there. So this one is a metal body, plastic base. The newer Inno64 castings have metal bases, and I believe that all of them will have metal bases going forward. And they seem to be paying more attention to making the models roll, because this one is really close to rolling. Like, these front wheels seem to spin pretty freely, but the back wheels have a lot of friction in them. And very cool tail lights. Yeah, so this is fantastic. Yeah, it definitely doesn't roll, but not surprising for this casting. I haven't seen one yet that rolls. But yeah, awesome. Yeah, I love race cars, love touring cars, love Inno64. What's not to like? Definitely not this. Auto World, the 1977 Lincoln Continental Mark V. This is the version B. We saw the version A a few weeks ago in metallic blue. So this is version B is just gloss black, and these are limited to 16,206. Fantastic casting from Auto World. Such a cool car. And, awesome addition to the Land Yacht collection. And this is just a gloss black, and I'm leaving fingerprints all over it. That's not good. If I was smart, I would wear gloves or something while doing this, but I am not that particular in reality. Just such a cool car. Love this. I love this Continental on the back. It's fantastic. And Auto World did a great job on this one. The hood does open on these. Ow. They are challenging to get open, but let's see. If we carefully use a razor blade, we can hopefully pry this open. Oh, I'm going to scratch it. There we go. Definitely challenging to get open, but they did a nice job on the engine in this. Huge engine bay. Nice blue engine. Hood closes nice. Just such a great release from Auto World. This one looks really cool. Love it. It's not a great roller in reality. Something's wrong with the wheels, the rear wheels. Well, now it's rolling fine. Auto World is pretty good. I haven't had a lot of issues with them. The quality is actually not bad at all. All right. So next from Greenlight, hitch and tow release with this awesome Airstream. So we have 2020 Jeep Gladiator in a pretty cool looking color, which we'll check that out once we get out of the package. And then the Airstream Land Yacht Safari, which looks really cool. So I am unfortunately becoming a fan of these hitch and tow releases. This was something that I never thought that I would like, because I was like, trailers are not really all that interesting. But then I had picked up that boat back there, and the boat is actually quite a bit nicer than I was expecting, you know, for what it is. And then this thing is cool, and this thing is heavy. I mean, this is, you know, a nice metal trailer, and they do a lot more detail on these trailers than I was really expecting them to. There's obviously no interior in these, but it's still a pretty cool trailer. The door on this side, and so there's a plastic base, but the body of the trailer is all metal. And I don't know. I think these are cool. I didn't want to start collecting them because I really, you know, I'm going to do a video of my room here shortly, and I do not have a lot of room, as you will see whenever I do that video. And you know, this one is the typical Greenlight smudged windows. It's a cool color though, and I love the Jeep Gladiator casting. It is a very cool release. Crooked bumper. Look at that. It's terrible. So frustrating. Cool release otherwise. Tail hitch is crooked. Wow. Tail hitch is crooked. That bumper's crooked. Windows are smudged. So frustrating. But what are you going to do? So can we at least hook the trailer up on there? We can. Drive it around. And park it in the back. And say thank you for watching.